Hello everybody, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening depending on where you are in this amazing world. My name is Donovan Jolly, and welcome everybody once again for another amazing video of DIY investing. I have become a Chainlink maximalist. Yes, the rumors are true. I have now dived into Chainlink. I've done a ton of analysis and research into this to fully understand why I believe that it's a good project. And now I've fully come to terms that I want to start investing a bigger size of my portfolio into this project moving forward. I strongly believe that Chainlink is tackling one of the biggest, if not the biggest problem surrounding the cryptocurrency market, and that is interoperability between blockchain to blockchain. As you guys know, it is currently impossible for me to send Bitcoin to an Ethereum address and Ethereum to a Bitcoin address. This is a big issue that currently plagues the current ecosystem for the cryptocurrency space, and Chainlink is aiming to solve exactly that problem. From now on, using Chainlink, we no longer have issues with sending and receiving data back and forth from blockchain to blockchain, and I strongly believe that this is going to be revolutionary inside of this ecosystem. Not only that, but Chainlink is showing an identical fractal to the Amazon bubble in the early 2000s, which led it to a monumental increase in price. Make sure you guys stay all the way to the end of this because you guys are not going to want to miss out on any of this exciting analysis that I'm about to share with you today. Always remember to smash up that like button for me. Let's get this video out to as many Link Marines as possible. I know that you guys are such big supporters of this crypto, and I know that this analysis is really going to make you guys excited about the long-term prospect of Chainlink. We're getting so close to my goal of 20,000 subscribers as well. We only need 1.3k left, so make sure you guys smash that subscribe button and then click that notification bell so you don't miss out on any new videos like the one provided for you here. I also have a Discord server with over 4,000 members, and it's growing super fast. So if you guys want to actually join a community where you can talk about crypto, share your own thoughts and perspective, as well as congregate with some of the other members inside of my community, you guys are definitely going to want to join the Discord. It's totally free. All you got to do is click in the description of this video, and there you're going to find the invitation link. On my Discord server, I also offer some of my more exclusive content, like my video course in Signals. The video course is 20 educational videos that teach you guys all of the strategies that I use to profit inside of crypto. So if you're somebody that wants to actually learn how to do this by yourself, you want to learn how to invest in these markets and be profitable at it, that is definitely the go-to resource. Now, the signals are a way for you guys to actually copy all of my investments that I'm taking over the course of this next cycle, as well as any short-term trades. I will also share with you guys my long-term portfolio with exact percentages of which I've allocated to each, along with exit plans as well. So if this is interesting to you guys, make sure you guys join the Discord server and shoot me a message, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. But with all that being said, I know that this video is going to completely blow your mind because what is coming for Chainlink is going to be monumental. So let's jump right in this video today. Alrighty guys, so here we are taking a look at Chainlink, and I'm going to be comparing it to Amazon back in the early 2000s. This is going to be such a cool video for you guys. I've been looking into Chainlink significantly over the last couple months, basically ever since it was added to Coinbase. I started looking into it when it first started rallying up here, but obviously I didn't want to actually buy during the hype. I ended up waiting until it was about here at $1.60 before I started accumulating. I bought some at $1.60, I bought some here at $2.50, and I'm waiting for this to come back down just a little bit lower before I add to my third bag. This next bag is going to be a pretty big one. This is going to put it into my top 5 cryptos for my long-term portfolio, and I do strongly believe in the long-term prospect of Chainlink. Now, if you guys don't understand what Chainlink is or what it aims to accomplish, like I stated in the intro of this video, Chainlink is an oracle blockchain. If you guys don't know what an oracle is, an oracle based off of the dictionary is basically somebody that can communicate between the physical and the non-physical. Now, with Chainlink, obviously this is a different sort of connotation, but an oracle blockchain just means that it's a way, it's what they view Chainlink is what they call it as middleware, and they view it as the plumbing of the current cryptocurrency ecosystem. Basically, we have this issue where it's hard for me to send crypto to another blockchain, and in fact, you really can't because these are separate identities. With Chainlink, Chainlink is a system that merges all of the blockchains together and allows a middleman for me to send Bitcoin to an Ethereum, for me to send Bitcoin to an Ethereum address and vice versa. I can send any crypto to another cryptocurrency, and I can issue it through Chainlink and through the Chainlink ecosystem. And so Chainlink is a really cool tool. It's actually going to be very incentivized for you guys to hold these long term, as well as exchanges to hold these long term. Anybody that's running a Chainlink node for interoperability between their blockchain to blockchain, it is incentivized for you to hold a significant majority of those so that you can actually earn more doing so. And so Chainlink has a big incentive to hold long term. On top of that, it is going to be the framework of the entire ecosystem of cryptocurrencies that allow data transfer from blockchain to blockchain. And this, guys, is word enough. I don't feel like I need to explain any further. If you guys want to go research into this, I highly recommend that you go do so. You will not be disappointed. I think that overall, this, out of all the cryptos, has one of the best use cases out there. It fixes one of the biggest problems inside of the space. And for that, I'm going to put some money forth and actually invest some into this. Now, let's actually go through here and do some analysis real quick before we jump into the Amazon comparison. Now, this is the Chainlink chart. Obviously, we had a massive crash. This one crashed harder than virtually any of the other markets out there, but it was also more overvalued compared to the rest of the pack. Now, the way that this is looking for me, I'm going to map out the Elliott wave real quick. Basically, this was the top of our 3 wave. And now we've retraced back into support of the 4. And now, in my opinion, we should be getting one more final 5 wave impulse back up, right? Now, with this final impulse, it's hard to say exactly how high it goes because we could have a very extended 5 wave like we saw right here. We had a 1, we had a 3, and we had a massive 5 wave that went all the way up this, and it overextended both the 1 and the 3. We could see something similar happen in this next wave up. Maybe we see a really big extended 5 wave, or, you know, maybe we see something like this, big extended 3 wave, and then a short 5, right? We could see something like this, but overall, I'm still expecting that we'll get one more final impulse still to come. Now, with this impulse, like I said, it really just depends on how impulsive this thing gets. We could see Chainlink go from anywhere of about $6 all the way upwards of about $10. And so the thing about Elliott wave theory, guys, is I'm not trying to accurately predict exactly where price is going to go. I'm just trying to map out and show you guys what I think is happening. Now, let's actually go here and look at the real chart that I wanted to share with you guys today. Here we have the chart of Chainlink, and here we have the Amazon chart. What I've noticed here, shout out to the guy that actually found this comparison. I really tried to look all morning to find the guy, find his chart on TradingView, and I even looked all through Twitter, and I just couldn't find the guy's handle. But there was actually a person that pointed this out on Twitter that I personally saw first. He's the first person that pointed this out, but like I said, I just can't figure out what person it was for me to actually give credit to. So I'm going to go through and actually share this because I think that this is really important. So here we have the original Chainlink cycle, and here we have the cycle in Amazon. This was after the internet bubble. We go to the early 2000s, and then we've basically impulsed from about, $6, and we're still breaking out of new all-time highs today, and we're currently worth over $2,300 here current inside of Amazon. Now, what I've noticed here is that this Amazon chart looks almost identical to the Chainlink consolidation that we're seeing today. And if we layer over the two charts, you guys are going to fully understand what I'm seeing here. Now, obviously, I liked Chainlink beforehand, but now that I'm actually seeing a big correlation between Amazon and the Chainlink cycle today, makes me very confident that we're going to continue to see a very bullish outlook for Chainlink moving forward. Because like I said, guys, if Chainlink actually fulfills its prophecy of what it sets out to become with this Oracle blockchain and being the leader of oracles out there, guys, this is literally the entire framework we're talking about of the entire cryptocurrency market. Every single blockchain would be implementing and using, to some degree, Chainlink's Oracle system. And it's really important that we note that, because you can actually make a significant portion of money holding it because of the fact Chainlink's currently worth about $3.50. I actually do believe that it's going to go down a little bit and we'll have a better time to actually enter this market. But here's the thing, guys. Chainlink is following this cycle really, really closely. In fact, there's a big, strong correlation here. Market structure doesn't always have to look exactly the same, but it oftentimes rhymes. And guys, if we go back and take a look at some of the previous cycles here, You know, some of you guys might be looking at this chart and you might be thinking, oh my god, there's no way Chainlink is just going to go straight up in the air like that. And let me get to this point in a second, because there actually is a significant reason why I think that we could see a parabolic run like this in Chainlink. Now, if we come in here, we're going to see how correlated these two cycles are. Now, we get the tops of the cycles right here. We sell off, we come back down, retest the support, and then this is where we get our first higher high on this trend, right? Chainlink barely made a higher high. It did come down really low to this support level here, whereas Amazon maintained a little bit of a higher high here, but it doesn't change the fact. Crypto is going to be a little bit more volatile than stocks, and we always have to remember that. But the fact is, guys, we still saw the same market structure. We ended up coming back up to retest the previous breakout. We ended up retesting the previous highs, only to see the prices correct significantly and have a strong sell-off. Now, I think that the reason Chainlink sold off so strongly and actually came all the way back down to retest the primary support levels was because of all of the FUD that's recently come out. Crypto being such a volatile asset, it makes sense that when there's max fear inside of the market and we have this black swan event being the corona, being the pandemic, it makes sense that we're going to see a lot of volatility. And so that's why I believe that we saw more volatility recently compared to just this short-term correction inside of Amazon. But we got an immediate buyback, and Chainlink rallied almost the entirety of that drop. And so that was a very encouraging sign. Now, for me personally, I have shorts opened since about yesterday in Chainlink on the Bitcoin pairs. And so I am in profit on those because I was expecting a short-term pullback here. But it doesn't change the long-term bullish nature that I have. I can short the market, I can long the market, and I can have an alternative bias while doing so. You guys got to remember that. Just because I might be short-term short doesn't mean the long-term has changed. And if we zoom out here, we're going to see that this is almost identical to what happened. Now, it would be really encouraging to see Chainlink continue to break out and go into new all-time highs, but you guys might be wondering, you know, you just barely told us that you expect Chainlink to go to $10. That's not going like this in that cycle. Now, let me make a couple points here. Let's go back and look at some of the other cycles from the last bull run, and then I think it'll kind of start to make sense, because this is what I wanted to point out here. Now, if we go back and look at most of the major coins in the last cycle, virtually every altcoin pumped. It did not matter which one you invested in. You would have made about 100x returns if you would have just bought at these lower support levels before the big rally. Now, I think that crypto is going to be very similar this next cycle around. I think that we'll get another big parabolic run, and really we're just waiting on the dollar to start showing some short-term weakness, which I think is coming very soon. We're right behind this halving. The halving's been a major catalyst before. I expect it to be a major catalyst again. Now, this is an example of BitShares. Basically, it's not the market structure itself that I'm pointing out. It's what happened once the real bull run actually ensued. Because obviously, the markets basically went stagnant. They didn't do much for a significant period of time before finally, out of nowhere, it just exploded. And you guys got to understand that had you have just bought anything down in these levels, these markets rallied so hard, and you would have made a lot of money. Another example would be Dash. This was another cryptocurrency that had a very parabolic run, and it all started out very similar. We have, you know, our first market cycle, we kind of round out, and then we break the all-time highs, and, you know, we go into that new parabolic cycle, and things just get really crazy. Everything just goes straight up, right? Now, in my opinion, I think that we're still back here in this phase. I still believe that we're back in here because obviously most of the cryptos haven't even broke all-time highs. I think that a lot of them are right here. A lot of them have just started finishing their bearish consolidation, and Chainlink has really been the only major crypto that's broken out of the all-time highs and has maintained that stance. Now, obviously, if we go back and look at another major cycle that I know that you guys have heard about, if we go back and take a look at Ethereum, we're going to start to understand kind of what I think is playing out for us. Now, if we go back and look at Ethereum, Ethereum made its first impulse with Bitcoin, and Ethereum really maintained that bullish stance. It was really the best performing altcoin at the last cycle, and it was the only one that really made a significant higher high compared to the rest of the market. This one was the one that led the market. Now, with Ethereum, Ethereum impulsed, and once again, everything just basically went straight up. And that's what I think that we're slowly just waiting for here inside of Chainlink today. I mean, obviously, let's go take a look at Chainlink real quick. We have had an accumulation phase. This one accumulated throughout the length of the bear market and then actually broke out and made a higher high. Now for me, this has broken out of the previous all-time high, and we've consistently stayed above it. I don't expect this to fall back below this level because in my opinion, we've just started this bull run. We've got a couple years of uptrending markets, and we're about to see really what the parabolic moves are going to be. In my opinion, this just started going parabolic. And this is mainly just the first sell-off in that phase, because if you guys actually take a look at the charts, Binance is the only one that has price history from clear back in here for the most part. Most of the other major exchanges actually added Chainlink at about right here. Now, obviously, that shows that smart money just barely started adding to their exchanges. And so I think that we'll still have a pretty big increase to come as this bull run ensues. Now, on a shorter time frame, I actually opened some shorts here. I actually opened them on the Bitcoin pair, but we shorted about right here. And in fact, if I were to actually draw exactly, we shorted right here. It was this little close. It's a hanging man candlestick pattern or formation. Don't quote me on that. I'm not really big in candlestick formations, but we did manage to open a short here. So we are currently in profit. I expect this thing to drop back down pretty low. I think that we'll come back down and retest about $2.35 approximately. And then from there, you know, we might start that next impulse. But we're going to have to watch and see. Overall, it's hard to say exactly what's going to happen with Chainlink because it all hinges on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin goes for a stronger sell-off, you know, we could come back and all the way retest some of these lower support levels down in here. It really just depends. It depends on Bitcoin. For me personally, the fact that I have a short open right now, I've already hedged my investments. We're going to drop down. I'm going to profit on the way down. And then I'm actually going to be looking to buy Chainlink after this retrace. That's actually what I'm going to be adding to my portfolio. When you guys are watching this video and I'm telling you guys that I'm going big into Chainlink, I'm not going big into Chainlink right here. I'm going big into Chainlink as it comes back down to a better price for me to invest in. And so I just wanted to make that very clear. Overall, because we are seeing such a correlated move between Amazon and between Chainlink today, Amazon was really one of the best performing stocks of all time. It's one of the biggest companies ever, and you know these guys had I think these guys were the first to hit $1 trillion in market cap. It was either them or Apple, I can't remember. But either way, guys, this one has a strong fundamental use case in society. Everybody uses Amazon. It's only continuing to grow bigger. Now, it makes sense that if, you know, what Amazon did to online commerce and, you know, just online purchasing in general, I think that Chainlink could do for the data transfer in the blockchain ecosystem. And it makes sense. What everybody will use is going to be Chainlink. In my opinion, I think that if there is going to be an oracle that's used, it's going to be Chainlink because this one has showed the most strength out of the rest of the pack. I'm not saying that none of the other oracles out there can't perform well, because look at what happened to AntShares when it rebranded to Neo. Everybody said that it was the Chinese Ethereum, and that thing went 1000x plus. And so, you know, we could see a lot of these other oracles out there do similar to what Ethereum to do similar to kind of what happened with AntShares and Neo following Ethereum into that cycle. We might see Chainlink lead like Ethereum, and then we might see a lot of these other oracles just follow that same lead and really make a big rise. Now, in my opinion, what we're seeing here in Chainlink is a very positive sign. The fact that this is performing so well compared to the rest of the market, the fact that we've still maintained higher highs above the previous cycle here, that makes me very bullish. And you know, guys, because we've just barely broken out of the previous cycle high, and we've only made a macro higher high on this bullish trend in Bitcoin, I personally, being a long-term bull, look at this as one of the best long-term positions that you can be holding, and I will be looking to actually scale out, you know, by the end of 2021, somewhere right around there. So these are going to be my long-term holds. I'm currently short in Chainlink. I'm going to hold this down a little ways, and I'm going to aim to rebuy here a little bit lower, because I think that'll set me up for a better risk-reward entry. But anyways, guys, this is the video I had for you. I wanted to share some light and spread some things and awareness on Chainlink. I wanted to let you guys know that this is now going to be added into my top 5 for my biggest portfolio investments heading into this next cycle. I think that if there's going to be a cryptocurrency that solves a major issue, it's going to be Chainlink. On top of that, it's also going to be tackling major issues that plague the decentralized finance revolution that's currently taking place in crypto. Chainlink solves all of these issues that it aims to accomplish. This thing is going to be one of the best performing assets in history, not just cryptocurrency, and I think that it already is overall. Now, thank you guys so much for tuning in. With all that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video. As always, peace out.